White governments don't want intelligent, critical thinking black populations. They instead only want black populations that are just smart enough to work, pay taxes, and fight within their unjust wars. But they want black populations that are sheep-minded enough to believe whatever they want us to believe. This includes believing many things that literally insults our own intelligence. This is why millions of black people now says the most ridiculous things while wearing a straight face. I can do many things, but believing in idiotic things that insults my own intelligence has never ever been one of them. Therefore, I have never accepted the idiotic claim that we made the N-word ours and that using it now ridiculously empowers us. I've also never believed the idiotic claim that a Bible written by history's proven most ungodliest group of people contains the true words of God. And I do not believe the idiotic claim that although the Bible was in fact brutally beaten into submission within the blood-soaked minds of our enslaved ancestors, that it will now ridiculously set us free. I've also known that we're not being controlled by a silly slave syndrome myth, because that feeble-minded premise presents what would in fact be the least effective and least plausible method used for controlling generations of millions of people. Is simply not how true brainwashing is achieved. I've also never believed the premise that we are our worst enemies, because I know that white oppressive forces will always be our worst enemies. It's the type of people they inherently are. It's the way they've always been, and it's the only way they know how to be. I will never believe that we African Americans are the true indigenous Americans, because I know that countless millions of African Americans have taken DNA testings that have scientifically confirmed our African identity. I also know that DNA testings performed upon the human remains of indigenous Americans that are more than 500 years old does not match ours. The remains, their DNA matches those that are currently recognized as Native American Indians. The narrative that we African Americans are the true indigenous Americans is a false propaganda narrative created by white propagandists. And here's why. During the presidency of Jimmy Carter, Dr. Zbigniew Brzezinski, a national